Hi Beginner Basics. This is week 2, overall strength. Today I do have a mat, I have a chair for balance, we'll use it a little bit, and I have two 5-pound weights. What I'm going to do is actually use both weights in one hand at a time. So you can choose to have a little heavier weight, or if you have one heavier weight, do that. You don't need weights, this is just movement patterns, multiple kind of compound movements for the whole body. And if you're doing these, it would be great if you have a little bit of a warm-up, like a walk or something that you have done beforehand, so we can go right into this and not spend too much time on the warm-up. So I'm going to turn sideways, getting a nice alignment, pull that belly button in, and just do a little knee bend. And I have no shoes on here today, but you can be wearing sneakers, anything you need. I like to work in bare feet every once in a while because you can kind of get a little bit more range of motion at the ankle and kind of move into some of those smaller support muscles in the foot and the stabilizing muscles on the outside and inside of the ankle. And that all contributes to good balance and good strength. So we'll do 4 more of these. 3, 2, and last one. So let's roll the shoulders, bring them up and down, up and down. I got a little beat in the background, and do one more like that. Let's reverse that. 3 more, 2 more, and the last one there. So we're gonna come a little bit forward. You can use the higher end of the chair or counter if you have it. And I'm gonna take, pretend I'm gonna take I don't want you to go too low, but I'm gonna come here and we're gonna do a very slow squat, and you're gonna take yourself as low as you're comfortable without leaning too far forward, and see how that feels through the knees. Let's do that again. Down and press. When you come up, think about really pushing down into the entire sole of the shoe or your foot. And you can take your hands on your thighs if you'd rather not have them moving, but I like kind of moving those, kind of coordinating the arms and the legs together. So you're going as low as you're comfortable and on parallel, so the knees and toes are facing the same direction, about hip distance apart. And you're trying not to disturb your spine. So we're starting to increase that range of motion at the hip and the knee. You're recruiting more muscle when you come out of it, the deeper the movement. Let's do 4 more. Down and up, down. Going where you can go. And the last one. Good, and then relax. So now we're gonna add some weight to that. So that's body weight squat, body weight training. I have both weights, you can use one. Actually, I'm gonna turn and face you this way. We're gonna do the exact same thing into that squat position, but now I have 10 extra pounds on one side. What I want you to avoid is this. So you're squaring the body off and trying to stay very symmetrical on the right and left side and not disturbing that spine. So I'm going to turn back and show you that side view. So you can be holding on to a counter or a chair for balance if you need to. Try to keep that body, from dropping to that weighted side. Let's do 4 more. Press down into both feet. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Good, so let's go back into that little bit of a squat. Now if you have your chair or counter, you can reach forward. I'm gonna bend at the hip joint, keep my back nice and straight. And this is that rear, we call it a bent over row, or a rear row. And getting into some of those postural muscles, back of the shoulder, and that heavier weight, a little more effort. So this is 2 more this tempo, and then we're gonna do 8 a little bit faster. Really control it in 1. Ready? A little bit faster. 7, release control, so you're not letting that weight drop. You just place it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, come back up. Let's switch hands and arms. Weights on the other side, 1 or 2, set it neutral, parallel. Here we go, 2 counts down. So really fight to keep your body equally kind of level at the shoulders. You're not letting that spine kind of flex to the weighted side. and feet pressing straight down. Can you get a little deeper into these squats like we practiced without the weights? And back up again, lower and up, down. Here we go. Down, a little deeper. Abs pulling in, getting that support for the low back. Good, let's go. 2 more. Last one. So I'm gonna turn back into my chair, put my hand either on the seat or the counter and do that slow version of that bent over row. 2 counts. Pull that elbow high, or at least brush it against the ribs. Can you keep that chest open and the head up and the back flat? Controlling it. You rely a lot more on strength when you really slow down the movement. Right? Instead of momentum, that's what we want. Nice and slow. A little extra squeeze of those shoulder blades coming towards each other at the top, right there. 2 more this tempo, and then we'll pick that up. There. Here we go, a little faster. 8 counts. 8, 7, 6. Don't move anything else. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on back up. Let's put those weights away. So if you have your chair or your counter, we're going to go into a little bit of a plank position. Hands on outside of the seat. Or again, you can be a little higher if you've got a higher counter you're working with. So we did this a little bit before. We're going to walk out a little, keeping the rear end out, and up, and then both feet are moving in and out. So one at a time, I'm doing my front leg, and then the back leg. In. Let's do that again. 2 more. Slow. Slow. Chest is open, and that pelvis doesn't drop. Last 2. Last 1. So I'd like you to go back out there and hold whatever plank can work for you, and stabilize that body in neutral, so you're not letting this happen. Think of that nice straight line. If you feel any strain in the low back, just lift the rear end a little bit more. You're nice and strong and pushing into your surface with the arms. Excuse me, straight line, neutral spine, abs in. We got 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your feet in. We're going to turn around. You're going to use your chair, and we're going to practice standing up from a squat position without using the arms. So the wider your feet, and a little bit more of a turnout. Arms can be out here. So you're going to figure out where you are in space. Stand up. Come on back down. See where that seat is. Let's do that again. Come on back down. It's there. So the wider your feet, a little turnout. You're going to get a little bit more movement through the hips and the pelvis. So you're just pushing your body weight up. Practicing a deeper bend. Here we go, last 2. Last 1. And then back down. So let's grab the weights. We're going to do the exact same thing, holding on to extra weight, more strength required to lift extra. You ready? So you're going to allow the weights just to move a little bit. Come back down with control. Think really slow on your descent. Press. Down. Again, press into the entire foot. Include your toes on that push down. Little hinge forward at the hips when you sit back down. Look at that spine, not moving from its neutral position. Slow and controlled. Down. We'll do 3 more. Woo-hoo. Down you go. 2. Last 1. And have a seat. Good. Just take the weights. I'm going to kneeling position. You can stay standing if kneeling bothers you. And again, moving both weights into one side. We're not doing tons of repetitions on this, but we're pushing more weight. I'm pushing more weight than I usually do. So I have 10 pounds. Squeeze squeeze your cheeks, stay on your knees, and it kind of recruits a little bit more of your core to stabilize when we don't stand completely up on our feet. The weights are gonna come to the shoulders, and we're gonna start slow. 2 counts, gonna press overhead, working into that upper body now, that shoulder joint. Here we go, 2 counts, press. So we're trying not to move too much. Here we go again, slow. Slow, down. So you're standing, great. I'm gonna turn sideways. Actually, I'll do it this way so you can see what's going on. Last 2 like this. Last 1. All right, we're gonna hold the weights there. We're gonna take that other leg, the opposite leg, where the hands are, and the weights. I'm gonna try to come up to stand. Now, if your knee doesn't like it, start in standing and just get in a lunge position and lunge up and down. So here's what I'm gonna do. Coming up, get myself organized and go back down. How's that feel? Do that again. Trying to stay kind of pretty centered between the feet. Try not to shift forward too much. Nice and slow, down. No rush. So let's add the overhead press on our way up. We're gonna go up, you can press, and that's the option, you don't have to. Here we go again. Oh, it gets tough when you really slow it down. Let's do 4 more. Press overhead. So you could be just here and not starting from the mat. How many more? Oh. Last 2. So remember, honor the knee. Not everybody's gonna have the flexibility in that back hip to go all the way down to the ground. Last time. And back down. I felt that. Extra 10 pounds. Let's switch sides. Neutral, hand at the shoulder. So 2 counts, we're going overhead. And you can just keep the arm. You don't have to do the lower body part of it. Abs in. Keeping everything else really still. Just that arm individually moving. Almost there. 4 more, just like this. And you're smiling. You're feeling strong. Last 2. Last 1 like it. Awesome. So we're gonna hold the weight there. I'm gonna turn around and show you the other side. So the opposite leg gets into a lunge position. You can be sideways to a chair or counter if you find your balance is off. And again, a little more support if you do have shoes on. Without the weight, can you come up from that kneeling lunge position? And feel where you are in space. Slowly lower. Let's do it again. Press. So press down into both feet, including that back toe. Try to keep yourself right in the center of the feet. And if it exacerbates any knee issues, especially in that back knee, don't come all the way down. We're gonna try 8 now with the arms pressing. Let's do it, finishing this off. Back down. 7 to go, everybody. Think quality, not quantity. Always. Strength, push down. The arms reach overhead. I think that's number 3. Here's number 4. Back down. Last 4 times, let's go. Push, push, push. Shoulder really gets to the end of its strength and just keep the weights at your shoulder. Don't push them overhead. 3 to go. Down. Last 2. That opposite arm I have out for balance. Last 1. And down we go. Awesome. Put the weights away. Shake out the hands. Just get into a nice little 4-point position, quadruped position. Let's just curl the tail under around the spine. So maybe your heart rate get up a little bit with that. Certainly feeling warmer. And then relax. long spine. Do that one more time. Curl the tail under, round the entire spine. Drop the head, take a big breath, and then return everything. Good. You've got your chair somewhere close by. Help yourself up. Shake out the legs. Let's roll the shoulders. And then back around. So those were compound strength movements. And slow is great. Really controlling the movement pattern. Heavy weights, light weights, whatever you do, your own range of motion. So that was strength, overall strength for week 2, February 2021. So enjoy, let me know how you get along, and good luck with it. Any questions anytime, shoot me a message. See ya.